Disneyland has somehow figured out how to stack the entire year full of events and celebrations to ensure that it never has a slow season, and that's why it's more important than ever to be in the know if you're going to the parks in 2024. That's why today I'm going to give you a good rundown of the entire year of 2024, what you should expect and what you should know. So let's get started. Starting off with the month of January, of course. Now the beginning of January will have leftover crowds from the Christmas and holiday season all the way up until probably about the 7th. Now January tends to be the slowest season of them all, but the windows are getting smaller, and there's some caveats with it being the quote slow season. One of the caveats is everything going down for the season, like some rides for refurbishment and shows as well. You'll see the Blue Bayou close down for refurb from the 7th to the 19th. World of Color will go down January 8th to reset from its Christmas show, and transitioning back into what I would assume is the World of Color 1 show again. No date of when it's going to come back yet, but my guess will be late January. The Columbia will be down briefly from January 8th to the 12th. The Mark Twain Riverboat will continue to be down. The last time I saw it in December, it was completely taken apart and getting painted. So the Mark Twain seems to be getting a little bit more than just a little bit of Botox, if you know what I mean. I'm sure there's also a lot of preparation going on with those two large boats getting ready for the new Fantasmic show as well. It looks as though the Astro Orbiter is going to be down all year long. It will be sad to see it go down, but it will also be fun to see what it looks like after. You'll also see the Grizzly River Run go down starting on January 8th for its big winter refurb. Also this year, Disneyland will be bringing back its half marathon with its 10Ks and 5Ks and kids races as well. The first of which will be held on the weekend of January 11th through the 14th. The Magic Key reservations for Disneyland for these days are already gone, so I would plan on Disneyland proper being fairly busy this weekend. This is a little bit of a different note, but the Pixar Place Hotel will have its official opening on January 30th. I know it's been slowly coming together, but at this point this is when everything should be finished and it should be a fully operational, reimagined hotel that's worth the cost that they're charging, with all of its shops, food, its fun little swim area. This was long overdue, and I'm really excited about this new hotel. I hope to stay in it soon. Now let's talk Lunar New Year. This celebration will start January 23rd and go all the way into February. 2024 will be the year of the dragon, so look forward to seeing a whole lot of Mushu. And I'm hoping we'll see a little Raya and Sisu as well. This time of year is one of the best times to catch Mulan, either in her procession or for a photo op. You'll find these celebrations going on in DCA, mostly in the Paradise Gardens area. This celebration pays tribute to Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean traditions with food, drinks, decor, and entertainment. Valentine's and the After Dark Sweethearts Night event will start sneaking in as well, January 23rd, 25th, and 30th. More on this in just a moment. As far as weather is concerned, plan on it still being pretty chilly and rainy quite a bit, so bring layers and some waterproof stuff. Don't forget to bring something to cover your strollers, because nothing's worse than a wet stroller at Disneyland. As far as other entertainment is concerned, I have a feeling that they'll be bringing back the Magic Happens parade maybe at the end of January. I feel like it would be really silly for them not to bring back this crowd favorite, as well as the Wondrous Journeys fireworks show. If they do bring back the fireworks, plan on them just happening on the weekends like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you haven't seen these shows and they do come back, make an effort to see them. They're very lovely, entertaining, and heartwarming. Now, February has the potential of being a little bit of a slower month as well, with the exception of a few dates. You'll still have the Lunar New Year celebration going on all the way until February 18th. You'll see more crowds around President's Day weekend around the 19th. Besides that, you'll need to keep an eye on the Sweethearts nights, because you'll have Disneyland proper closing a little bit earlier on those nights, and it will bring in more crowds. Sweethearts Night is a separate ticketed event that celebrates all things love. This year they'll have a royal cavalcade, a fun dance-along with princes and princesses near It's a Small World. Aside from all the really fun Valentine's food that's already going to be going on around the parks, you'll also have specialty items sold only for this event, along with special dining packages, of course photo ops, rare character sightings, projections and light shows. Tickets for this event go on sale December 12th for Magic Key holders and December 14th for the general public. The dates for these events will be January 23rd, 25th, and the 30th, and then February 1st, 6th, 8th, 12th, and 14th. Which is actually quite a few nights for an after dark event, but this one always sells out. It's quite popular. In the Fantasyland Theater, there will be a celebration of gospel music starring Marvin Sapp on February 17th and Tasha Cobbs Leonard on the 24th. Both will be accompanied by choirs from the community as well. For those who are hockey fans, Anaheim Ducks Days will be held in Disney California Adventure on February 22nd and 23rd, with cavalcades and meet and greets and all kinds of celebrations going on in Hollywoodland. The weather in February is pretty similar to January, with maybe a couple more warm days, so bring those layers. March will bring more of a springtime vibe, a food festival, and the crowds. Let's start off with the very popular Food and Wine Festival held in Disney California Adventure Park, March 1st through April 2nd. This is the time of year when you see the DCA park reservations book out way faster than Disneyland proper, as people flood to the park to try tiny morsels of food and drink that both celebrate and reimagine California cuisine. You can buy a sip and savor pass for this event or just buy food individually. You do not need a separate ticket for this event, you just need a ticket and a reservation for Disney California Adventure Park. My family's favorite from last year was all the vegetarian food they had at the Paradise Garden Grill. I wish they would bring those dishes back, they were so good. Aside from all the fun food and drinks, they'll also have a whole bunch of live entertainment and even cooking demonstrations with celebrity chefs. The majority of this event is held over in the Paradise Gardens area, but you'll also see stuff kind of seep into the other lands as well. One other thing connected to this event is the Soarin' Over California OG ride coming back in place of Soarin' Over the World. Speaking of OG, we're going to have a new After Dark night show up. This special separate ticketed event will be held on March 5th and 7th in Disneyland. This seems to be a bit of a throwback night celebrating Disney Channel through like the 90s and early 2000s, highlighting High School Musical, Phineas and Ferb, Lamp Rock, Descendants, Lizzie McGuire, and the Cheetah Girls. So if those were your jam, this might be the event for you, with plenty of photo ops, fun food options, and dance parties. Easter's pretty early this year, so you'll see a lot of Easter stuff sneaking in March, including the egg hunt, held throughout the entire Disneyland Resort. This is a fun little scavenger hunt that you get to do for free, and if you finish it, you get a little prize at the end. You'll also see some Easter and spring-themed food and merch sneak in this time of year. March can get very crowded at Disneyland thanks to spring break colliding with the Food and Wine Festival. So plan on serious crowds starting around March 18th and probably not letting up until about April 7th. March can still be pretty chilly, although it will have less rain than January and February. When we visited last March, my girls were in full-on winter coats in the evening time. You'll also have fun spring flowers sneaking in about this time of year. April will bring blossoming trees, flowers everywhere, warmer weather, sporadic crowd levels, and all kinds of fun events. Of course, the Food and Wine Festival will still be going on until April 22nd. You'll still have a lot of people on spring break that first week or so of April. You'll see a lot more sun and a lot less rain. There is a fun and unofficial event that happens around this time of year, and that's Dapper Days. This is when folks promenade to Disneyland proper in their best vintage getup. You'll mostly see styles from the 1940s and 1950s. You don't need a special ticket for this event, you just need to show up at Disneyland with a ticket and a reservation on April 7th, dressed in your best. Like back in the days when women used to wear high heels to Disneyland, yikes. There's also an expo connected to this event held at the Disneyland Hotel with all kinds of items for the all things vintage enthusiast. I would check out the Dapper Days website if you're interested in any more information on this event. Pixar Fest will start April 26th, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Something new this year is the Season of the Force, celebrating all things, you guessed it, Star Wars, starting April 5th and going all the way through June 2nd. For this event, you'll see Space Mountain turn into Hyperspace Mountain during this time period, as well as new scenes added to Star Tours. With that in mind, you can pretty much consider May the month of Star Wars. It's absolutely lovely weather. Of course, May the 4th will be busy because, that is the Star Wars Day. But there will also be the After Dark event, Star Wars Night, that grows in popularity every single year. Its dates are April 16th, 18th, 23rd, 25th, and 30th. And then for May, you have the 2nd, the 7th, and the 9th. This event will close down Disneyland proper early those nights, so plan your April and May park reservations wisely so that you're not kicked out early and have to end your night before you want to. Whether you're planning on attending these events or not, there's going to be plenty of opportunities throughout the parks to get your Star Wars on. Including all kinds of merchandise and food throughout the parks. Make sure to stop by any of the amazing gift shops in Galaxy's Edge. Grab yourself a blue milk. Or snag yourself a reservation at the coveted Oga's Cantina. This is a must for any Star Wars fan out there. Another fun addition to this season will be the playing of Star Wars and Galaxy sounds during the fireworks show in Galaxy's Edge. I'm betting that's going to be really fun and cool, so check it out. Also in May, you'll have grad nights for local high school graduates, where they get the opportunity to buy discounted tickets for either the After Dark event or an entire day pass. If you're interested in this event, you can check out the Disneyland Grad Night website. The dates in May will be the 10th, the 14th, 15th, 17th, 19th, 22nd, 23rd, 28th, and 31st. Of course, some more really exciting news is on May 24th, Fantasmic finally returns to the rivers of America with all kinds of new changes, including an all-new fight scene between Mickey and Maleficent. The Peter Pan scene is returning, so I assume the pirates will be gone. Expect crowds, merch, and dining packages around this event. Of course, we were all heartbroken to see Murphy go. And I'm sure they won't be coming back with a brand new fire-breathing dragon, but a safer show for all the cast members is top priority. Plan on May 24th being super busy because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are just as excited as me for its return.
Some imagination, huh?
Now that we're talking about June, let's talk about Pixar Fest. Pixar Fest will be celebrated between both parks. and will run from April 26th to August 2nd. This will be a delight for any Pixar fan out there, but let's be honest, who isn't a Pixar fan?
Don't stop.
Pixar Fest will bring brightly colored decorations, fun and adorable foods, and Pixar-themed entertainment, including the Better Together parade that will be held in DCA. It looks like they have a new concept and vibe with this parade, and even some new floats, but I also think that there will be a lot. From the last time they had a Pixar Fest, I think it was in 2018 if I'm remembering correctly, that parade was super high energy, fun, and I think it will fit in great in DCA. We'll also still have a few grad nights happening in June. And backed by popular demand, the After Dark ticketed event Pride Night will be held on June 18th and the 20th. This separate ticketed event will be full of dance parties, different food and photo ops, and hopefully Clarabelle strutting her stuff again. Aside from those events, you'll also see Pride merch and food sold throughout the parks in the month of June. June will be the time when those sunny California days start sneaking in, so don't forget your sunglasses and sunblock, and plan on stopping by the Tiki Room, mobile ordering a Dole Whip and taking a load off, and maybe avoid hitting those canoes in the heat of the day. July is going to be a little hard to predict as far as crowds are concerned. You'll have a lot of out-of-towners coming in for summer break, but you'll also have a lot of annual passes blocked off for the summer. Of course, the 4th of July weekend will bring in the crowds. It will also bring a lot of Americana-styled sweets and drinks and foods. Who knows, maybe we'll even see the return of Rogers the Musical. Aside from the 4th of July weekend, Disneyland's birthday will also be very busy, which is July 17th, and they will be celebrating 69 years, which means you can really plan on a big celebration next year when they hit the 70th. Plan on bigger than usual crowds on this day, and some extra cavalcades and little celebration things going on throughout the park. Of course, July will be nice and hot, so plan accordingly with what rides and lines you're going to wait in and when. Take advantage of those indoor entertainment options and the water rides. Now, August is going to be all over the place with both events and crowds, and I really can't figure it out, to be completely honest.
The colourful reef that surrounds us is a biological community that thrives in warm, shallow waters.
At the beginning of August, you'll have Pixar Fest wrapping up, as well as people getting in their last-minute summer vacations before school starts. You'll also have serious Disney fans flooding the parks and Anaheim area for the D23 Expo, held on August 9th, 10th, and 11th, so expect some crowds with that. Then all of the blocked out Magic Key pass holders will start to be able to come back into the parks during August, and whenever that happens, you'll see an uptick in crowds. And then you'll usually have Disneyland celebrating World Princess Week, which is usually about the 3rd week in August. They'll throw out some, themed merch and food around this time. It's nothing to really plan a whole trip around, but they most definitely try to do something around this week. What's new, and I guess not very surprising, is that Disneyland is going to start off their Halloween season even sooner, starting August 23rd and then going through October 31st. For the overall Halloween season. I'm sure this is due to popular demand and also Disneyland not having that weird dead period in between summer and Halloween. The Plaza de la Familia celebration stuff will also start around this time, but it will go until November 2nd for Dia de los Muertos. Again, August will be very, very hot, so don't forget to stay hydrated and take advantage of the early mornings and late nights. Now let's get into the details of what the Halloween season will bring to the parks. Starting off with the Haunted Mansion Holiday Edition, featuring Jack Skellington and all the other characters from Nightmare Before Christmas. This is a very popular ride and a very popular overlay, so expect long lines for this ride, especially in the evening time after the sun has set. Over in DCA and Carsland, you'll have Tow Mater's Graveyard Jamboree and Luigi's Honkin' Halloween. You can pay tribute to the Day of the Dead over in the Paradise Gardens area with Hispanic foods, fun character meet and greets, decor and activities. The storytelling of Coco is always a really fun show to watch, and the cute little Miguel puppet is my absolute favorite. There will be a Halloween half marathon September 5th through the 8th, so if you're interested in that, check out the Run Disney website. The other thing that's going to affect your trip in September is going to be the extra ticketed After Dark event, the Oogie Boogie Bash. This is an extremely popular event. They have not released the official dates yet, but historically it's every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday from September to October, but I wouldn't be surprised if they also do it in August as well. If you want more information on the Oogie Boogie Bash, you can check out some of my videos that I've already made on that this year. They really go all out with the Halloween stuff over in California Adventures, so this is when this park is at its busiest. September and even October can still be surprisingly very hot, so if you are going to the Oogie Boogie Bash, plan your costumes accordingly. Truthfully, the way that Disneyland has everything set up, I really wouldn't plan on too many low crowded days this season, unfortunately. October is going to be very similar to September as far as celebrations and crowds and weather is concerned. You might have a little bit more rain sneaking in, a little bit chillier nights. You're really going to want to watch out for those fall break crowds that come in like the second and third weekends of October. The parks get very, very crowded during those times. I'm sure we can look forward to the return of the Halloween Screams fireworks show. This is one of my favorite fireworks shows at Disneyland. Besides the fireworks show, you can look forward to all the traditional Disneyland fall and Halloween decor that will be around the parks, as well as all of the new fun fall flavors they'll have with the treats and food. Now for the beginning of November, you'll have the Plaza de la Familia still hanging around until November 2nd for the Day of the Dead. And besides that, you'll have all of the Halloween decorations quickly disappearing and making way for the Christmas decor. Now we also have the topic of Tiana's Bayou adventure to talk about. The ride that is replacing Splash Mountain and its construction is already on the way. We've already seen places like Tiana's Palace come in preparation and building up towards this transition. The only thing Disneyland has said about its reopening is it will be in late 2024. So my guess will be that it's in November because they would be insane to do it in October, opening a ride of this magnitude during an already really busy time of year. I know a lot of people are still grumpy about this change, but I for one am super excited. I think it will bring color and new sounds and just a whole new vibe that will tie into the New Orleans Bayou area. Anywho, we'll just have to wait and see for more information on that one. Of course, November will ring in the holiday season with the Festival of Holidays over in DCA, and then just regular old Christmas and holidays over in Disneyland proper. We'll need to stay tuned for November crowd levels. A lot of it will have to do with when they decide to open Tiana's Bayou adventure. The first week of the holiday season is always really busy, so you can plan on that, as well as the week of Thanksgiving. The weather in November is really quite lovely. You may get some rain, and of course you'll need a sweater or a jacket, but it's usually quite lovely. December will continue the holiday season. Yes, it can get very busy during this time of year, but also don't let that make you afraid of going during this time. It truly is one of the most magical times of the year to visit Disneyland. There's just something extra special about it, not to mention all the extra offerings that go on this time of year. I've done quite a few videos on the holiday season, so if you're interested, check those out. Are you planning on going to Disneyland in 2024? Let me know in the comments. Is there anything you're especially excited to see? And if you liked this video, you may also like this one on the right. Go ahead and check out my channel, subscribe to it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.